Now let's turn to record keeping in the cleanup and clearance phases of a renovation job. You need to be sure that no debris is visible after the job is done, that all the paint chips and protective sheeting is properly disposed of, and that the work surface areas have been cleaned properly. These photos show that the renovator is using a clean-as-you-go approach rather than waiting to clean up until the end. The clean-as-you-go approach is better to assure post-clearance verification. All surfaces in the interior of the work area should be cleared and certified as free of contaminant. Clearance must include the edges of pipes and the tops of doors, as well as normal surface areas. Keep a checklist to record areas that have been cleaned and cleared, and make sure, of course, that you are using the proper HEPA cleaning equipment for the final cleanup. The renovator's tools of trade do not include brooms, since brooms spread the contaminant and hold contaminated particles. Mops and squeegees are best, perhaps with a final Swiffer for cleaning. Post-cleaning verification is an important part of the renovation process. CV stands for Cleaning Verification. You must inspect the area first and then verify that the process for cleaning verification has been followed. This slide shows the steps in the visual inspection procedure which must be carried out by a certified renovator. Using adequate lighting, the inspector should work from the farthest point of entry to the entry point in his inspection. If dust is found, re-clean the area and re-inspect. Remember, clean only 10 square feet at a time. Shining a flashlight sideways along the clean surface in the dark will highlight any dust left behind. Any debris you find probably contains lead paint. At least that my experience backs up this assumption. The cleaning verification steps are threefold. Basically, wiping the area, comparing the color of the wipe with a clean verification card, and re-cleaning the area if necessary and retesting. Don't use a single wipe, certainly on more than 40 square feet of surface. We hope this quick review will help you to keep good records and obey all the rules of renovation projects. Let's look at some examples of renovation records. In the example shown here, we have a 120 square foot work area. Every windowsill is wiped, first using 2 wet wipes and then a third dry wipe. The dry wipe is compared to a cleaning verification card. If the comparison test fails, you must re-clean the area. If the comparison test still fails, wait an hour and use an electrostatic dry cloth to clean and verify. If cleaning verification tests don't seem to work, you can get a dust clearance test done by a certified risk assessor. These dust clearance tests are required on HUD projects. A typical sampling lab report would include a cover sheet showing the certification criteria. The lab report would, of course, include the results with respect to the samples taken. It is vital for regulatory purposes that the report include documentation on the chain of custody of any samples taken from when the samples were taken until the lab report was completed. A laboratory receipt checklist will also be included in the lab report. The receipt verifies that the lab has taken all the proper steps with respect to the processing of the samples. Other information might be included in the renovation report depending upon the applicable regulations from OSHA and other agencies. Such requirements will vary from job to job, and you should check to see if there's any additional reporting requirements. The final part of the renovation report is your signed assurance that the report is accurate and complete. The report should be given to the homeowner within 30 days. One of the most frequently asked questions is who's responsible for preparing and retaining renovation records? The long answer from the regulations is shown here, but the short answer is that the designated certified renovator is responsible for preparing the required records. All firms involved in the project have a responsibility to retain the renovation compliant records for 3 years, but the records themselves can be held by one firm. A second related question involves the responsibilities of subcontractors. Essentially, if the certified renovator comes from a subcontractor, the duties to prepare records still fall to the certified renovator, and the responsibility to retain records still falls on all participating firms. You can find further information on lead and the renovation, repair, and painting rules from the sources below.